First of all, I'd like to send out thoughts and prayers to the family of Y.Tip. Great player, even better man who's loved LSU. LSU Hall of Fame, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame. One of the toughest guys to play the quarterback position. He'll be sorely missed. We're looking forward to get back to the Tiger Stadium and see Death Valley come alive on Saturday, man. I just can't wait. Can't wait to see the 2007 championship football team, see the goal game, seeing our fans, 102,500, cranked up, ready to go 2:30. CBS TV, what a great day it's going to be. Going over the game for Florida, some team positives. First of all, I was proud of our team, proud of our coaching staff, came together under adverse conditions, got on that plane with one thing in mind, was to win, and they did it. It was a great team win. On offense, 9 of 16 on third down, ball security, 0 turnovers, never blink, next man up. At one time, 3 true freshmen, 1 redshirt freshman on offensive line in the swamp. Going down the field, I was proud of those guys. I was proud of the team, never blinked. You can see the enthusiasm on the sideline. You can see us cheering for each other, the way the Tigers ought to play. Great energy and passion. Clock manager, excellent job on the last 2 drives. We finished the first half with a scoring drive in the second half, and we started the second half with a scoring drive. I thought it was a tremendous job by offense. On defense, we felt like we had focus and attention and detail in our meetings all week. You could just feel it. There's a different vibe going on. We played physical football. We played with good effort. And as Dave Miranda says, we played with grit. And there was some grit on our football team. You could hear the guys on the sideline. We're going to stop them. We will not be denied. Leadership came through. Very proud of the team. Special teams. The first kickoff to tackle the 17-yard line, an open kickoff, set the tempo. 2 punts down inside the 15-yard line. Great field position. Excellent kick coverage on both the punt team, -1 yard return average, and kickoff 17 return average. Things on offense that we want to improve: missed assignments, eliminate the 2 pre-snap penalties. On defense, tackling, perimeter run fits, high discipline, and pass defense. These are all things that we can fix. Special teams, we can't kick the ball out of bounds. That was, although John has been kicking the ball very well, that was not the time to kick a ball. There's never a time to do it, but that wasn't not the time to do it. On Auburn, Auburn's 4-1, 3-0 in the SEC East. Very good football team, very physical football team. They want to run the football. This is going to be a challenge for the LSU Tigers, but we're going to be ready for it. On offense, they're a spread offense led by Gus Malzahn. 7 returning starters, averaging 450 yards a game, almost 36 points per game. Top players are Stidham, the new quarterback, Kerryon Johnson, who's a very physical running back, 6 foot, 225, has over 500 yards and 12 TDs already. Ryan Davis, junior wide receiver, leading receiver, 31 catches, 250 yards. Their right guard, Braden Smith, is one of the best guards we faced last year. He has the respect of our defensive line. He's doing it again this year. I think the guy's one of the best linemen in America. On defense, I know Kevin very well. He's a good friend of mine. I'm very happy to see Kevin doing a great job at Auburn. He has the number 13 total defense in the NCAA. He's coaching very hard. And we all know Kevin's a good man and a great recruiter. And like I said, he's a good friend of mine. 7 returning starters from 2016. He's only given up 287 yards per game, 111 on the ground, only allowing 13 points per game, which is 6th in the nation. Very stingy defense. They have forced 5 fumbles and 4 interceptions. Their top players on defense: Deshaun Davis, number 57, middle linebacker, has 29 tackles. Trey Matthews, safety, 24 tackles. Derek Brown, the guy I tried to recruit, is a mountain of a man. He's going to be a first-round draft pick. Very disruptive, 21 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 5.5 tackles for loss. Very solid on special teams. Any questions?
Ed, I think Christian Lockett played every snap last week. just a little bit about him and how he played, and then what does it do for you when you get going to get Frank back this week?
Well, Christian's playing his best ball right now. Last 2 games, he's got 2 sacks apiece and playing very hard. And obviously, having Frank back is going to be able to have a rotation with those 3 defensive ends. Going to give him some relief. Christian has been an utmost leader for us, a great citizen. We're glad he's an LSU Tiger, and he's playing his best ball right now.
Ed, over here, what kind of role do you envision for Frank now that he's back, and how do those freshman tackles play on the offensive line?
Yeah, Frank is going to be in the rotation. Obviously, just like Arlen, it's going to take a while to get him back in game shape. Now, he's been practicing most days with us, and we'll see how he does in the game, but we're going to consider him as a rotating starter. We'll see how he practices this week and expect him to have a good game. And Frank has played good against Auburn in the past, and I think he's going to be hungry and ready to go. I think those freshman tackles under the circumstances did very well. Obviously, they made mistakes. But the one thing that I talked to Jeff about, and this one thing I said at the beginning, they can handle the physicality of the SEC. And it wasn't that they got overpowered. They can handle their one-on-ones. It's more or less alignment assignment when things are moving fast. They may make a couple of mistakes, which is you can understand for a freshman.
Hey, Coach, you being a Louisiana native, I'm sure you've heard LSU fans say we don't like these day games at home.
Yeah.
What can you say about, energizing the fan base and creating the atmosphere you need to win a game like this?
Well, we're going to need them. And there's a lot of things that we don't like that we have to do in life. So hopefully they can get up a little bit earlier, put a little something in that coffee to make them come up. Let's go.
Coach, I know you send in plays every week to the conference for review. If you could address 2 of them in particular. One was the penalty, the offsetting penalty with Russell Gage. The other was when the Florida back stepped out of bounds several steps and continued on.
Those are 2, and obviously I can't comment on my personal feelings about them and our staff's personal feelings, but those are 2 things that we are sending into the conference. We haven't got an answer back, but I'll give it back to you on Thursday.
And the 3 offensive linemen, just the latest of having to play freshmen early. As coaches, do you guys have to kind of reset your mentality of just, we're all going to have some bumps and bruises or some hiccups along the road with each other, but we have to play them and we have to get them up to go?
Yeah, we have to stay positive. It's the next man up theory. And, we don't say, hey, you're a freshman, you're going in there. Obviously, we have a saying that we put 11 men on the field and we fight like LSU Tigers, and that's what we're going to do. And we don't make excuses for them. Jeff is hard on them on defense. We don't say, you're a freshman, you made a mistake. But we have a little bit more patience. And there's a lot of things that they didn't see. You can't show a guy everything that they're going to do. They're going to do new things. And when they do new things, they may not be able to react to it at first. But I think our offense, you can see by halftime and coming into that second half drive, I thought our offense did a tremendous job of halftime adjustments, especially with those young guys. Very proud of our offense, the way they managed the game, the way Matt called the game. I thought it was an overall good game plan.
You guys teach Russell Gage how to hurdle like that, hurdle players?
You know what? I guess you saw a couple other players do it in practice. Want to do it.
How has he done, Ed? He seems to be starting to really fall. Yeah.
He played fantastic. I didn't mean to cut you short. I get to watch the special teams film by myself with the special teams coach. And his name always comes up. And he's doing a tremendous job. He had an excellent game, all around leadership. The things that he's saying in the locker room, the things that he's doing in practice, and it's showing on the field. He's playing great on special teams, and he's playing good on offense.
And finally, you expect to start those 3 true freshmen on the line this week?
We don't know yet. We got a couple of tackles that are questionable. Toby's questionable, and KJ's questionable. But if we have to start them, we have to start them.
Coach, over here, guys did what he could on Saturday and did some good things, but it's pretty obvious he's not 100%. Where is he right now, and will we ever see this year, or is it something that's a nagging injury that's going to stick with him where we don't know?
It is a nagging injury. In order to play full speed, especially against an SEC team like Florida, you have to practice full speed. And he's been in practice, but he's been limited. I do believe that one of the last runs, and I'm gonna show him this, one of the last runs in the last drive, where he ran up right up the middle, and he showed grit, and he showed toughness, and he showed LSU football and broke a couple of tackles, was a sign that he can do it. And I think it gave him confidence, and it gave our whole team confidence. So hopefully, we can see more of that. Is he hurting? Yes. Is he limited right now? Yes. But he is getting better.
Hey, Coach, I guess it's a lot easier always to clean up things after a victory than a defeat, but just looking at the third quarter, the way Florida ran the football in the third quarter,
Yeah.
what do you have to clean up there going into this Auburn game?
Yeah, we made an extensive, those are things that we can fix. We made an extensive research on the tackles that we're missing. Open field tackles, chest up tackles, angle tackles. I don't know if Dave slept last night, to be honest with you. We came back this morning, he had a breakdown of every tackle that each position had missed, how he missed it and how to film them, and how we're gonna fix it. I think that's the biggest thing, that we're missing tackles, especially in the open field. We're missing some fits. There were some new plays, especially in the Wildcat formation that they gave us. It took a little time to adjust to. But all the things that we did wrong against Florida are very fixable.
Coach, for you personally and for the team, how different is today from a week ago today?
You want me to tell you the truth? Or you
It is Monday.
tell the truth Monday? It's a lot different. And we finally slept at night, and but it's a testament that we believed in each other last week. Nobody blinked. I think the staff came together more last week than any week. The team came together. The leadership evolved. Through adversity, we became stronger. We felt that going into the game. We heard guys say, we are not getting on this plane unless we win the game. And that was new. You know, that was a great mindset. The meetings, the intensity, the detail all week when your back's against the wall, the way our guys responded. But for me, I need to lead this team better. And although that we had success, let's tell the truth, Monday, we have to deal with this thing, and we have to put it to bed come around 5 o'clock, because we got a very tough opponent coming. So we have another challenge ahead.
Ed Orgeron on the right. To paraphrase something you said earlier in the year, you talked about the need for Danny to show that he can win a big game. Does this fit in that billing, and what did you just see from him? Even though he missed a couple throws, just the toughness that he showed running the ball this weekend.
Yeah, it was a big game. It's not the big game, and he's on his way. Hopefully he can put two of them back to back, but Danny is a leader. I think Danny, we got hurt the first play, never told anybody. Ran the ball like he did, never got out. So he's very tough. He's a team player. There's a lot of things he could have did better. There's a lot of routes that were open that we didn't hit. There was a lot of plays that we could have maybe made some better decisions in the line of scrimmage. But the one thing he did was win the game, which is very important.
Ed Orgeron is so essential to your run defense. What's his stats? I know he got banged up late and came back in. Is he doing okay?
He was actually better, according to the trainer, yesterday than he was last week. So a little sore. We'll see as the week goes on. Probably be limited during the week, but having him out there and having his presence and his toughness and his leadership means the world to our defense. And I know having Frank back this week is going to give a boost to our defense.
It's a similar thing we're hitting on here, but third string safety and Rose stepping in there. I guess, how do you feel about that, and where are you guys looking this week?
Yeah, well, he's going to have to continue to get better. That's where we're at right now. And we did move Jacoby back. And maybe Jacoby can get more snaps this week. And if Corey feels that he can go in the game, we may put him in. But that's where we're at.
John still Nick, or?
Yeah, John's limited, you know, and he's struggled, you know, it's hard not to wear a gold shirt all week, not tackle, then go in the game and tackle full speed, that's what you said.
Coach, Dante's been playing a lot more nickel. In early in the year, you said you were waiting to see if one of those outside guys, Kevin or Greedy, could allow him to play inside. Can you just talk about Dante taking over that nickel spot and playing
I
more?
thought Dante played his best game. He was all over the place. He played aggressive. He played physical. He was in the office today smiling. Couldn't wait for this week. I thought Kevin Tolliver played his best game. Not a great game, but his best game so far this year. And as we know, Greedy's very solid. So that's a combination that we can use. It gives us more experience on the field. It gives time for Kerry Vincent to grow in both the nickel position and the corner position, doesn't put as much pressure on him. As you know, when you play in these teams, that nickel position, you've got to play the run and the pass. And you got to know where to fit in the run, got to know where to fit in the pass, got to know when to blitz, when not to blitz, make the checks, flip the formation. There's a lot of things that nickel needs to do, and a more experienced player can do that.
Coach, this team has really improved with penalties. How are we going to keep that trend going this week?
Can you say that again, ma'am?
This team has really turned around with penalties so far this season. How are we going to keep that trend going this week?
We keep on focusing and on the positive and harping on it. Today I'm gonna go over every penalty. The guys are gonna run for penalties, and it's a significant amount which they run for penalties. We have referees that call every penalty on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're gonna keep on harping on that. Every Friday, and one of our goals in each specific position group is have no penalties. On Saturday, before we go out there, we tell them no penalties. So I think they're listening to us, they're buying in, and we're more of a disciplined football team than we were at the beginning. I do believe that they see where the penalties hurt us in prior games, and that selfishness hurts the football team. I think those things are factors.
Ed, Kevin Steele and you hired on the same day about 3 years ago. What do you remember about that day? Did y'all have communication? I know he flew in here, and then the next morning you drove in. You know, could you walk us through that day, that few hours there?
You know, I knew Kevin in recruiting. I remember one night we were at it was a Tallahassee Jamboree in the spring, and one of my deals was I was gonna be the last recruiter to walk off the field. And it was midnight, and he wouldn't walk off the field, neither would I. And the sprinklers came on. I said, man, let's go. He goes, yeah, let's go. So we knew each other. It was just a common bond of meeting each other on the road recruiting, and we had a fantastic relationship here. I mean, just shared a lot of thoughts. He let me run the front, obviously. I thought he was a tremendous man to work for, tremendous recruiter, great team guy, brought a lot to our staff. He still talks to me every week, still calls me, still texts me. Obviously not this week, but especially last week, I think he tried to call me 3 times, and which was very encouraging words, so I appreciate that.
Coach, over here, is this you think the way you won Saturday is the blueprint as to how you have to win games this season?
I think it's very close to that, and let me say this to you, it was, we gave it all we had, all week. With every ounce of energy, every person in the building gave it, and that's what it takes. And our mindset was of that, and we finally galvanized as a team. I don't think before we were playing as a team, that we galvanized as a staff. I think that was important. We had better practices. And again, it came down to one point. Let's face it, the kicker missed an extra point. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. And but we in the SEC is very physical. When we went up 17-3, I wish we could have kept that lead and kept sustaining. We let them get back in with some drives, and we stopped ourselves with some drives. But I believe that every game is going to have to be, we win as a football team, not one unit or the other.
Coach, Devin White's just been a monster for you guys. And you say he's the first one in there on Sundays, but what does he do on the field that's so important for you?
Practice, meeting with Dave, watching film on his own. I think one of Devin's biggest thing is key in recognition and understand his formation and plays. Although he's not perfect, there's been some times that he's missed some fits. But his ability to maybe take the wrong step or take the wrong key, but he has speed. And when he gets there, he's so physical that he's becoming a good linebacker for us.
Coach in the middle. The stats haven't really been there for Arden Key. When you go back and watch film, are you seeing effort?
Yeah, it was better this week. You know, he had his best practice last week. Now I think he's down to 255 as opposed to 270. And we were watching film from the first game he played to this game. You can tell the weight's going down. On that screen, he missed the tackle right there, but that was a great recognition on him. His pass rush needs to get better. It's not where it needs to be, but he's trying his butt off now. I mean, the guy's a team player. He wants to do well. He has best we can practice on.
Yeah, and after watching the film, did you think Derek Dillon was targeting, and also you've had 3 guys this year now?
He is, and you know, the kids, Derek Dillon didn't have a mean bone in his body. He would not do anything that was selfish or non-disciplined. It was just a bad hit. He did hit him today. And, you know, he hustling, he wanted to make a play for his teammate. At the beginning of the game, we're all fired up, but you gotta lower your head. You gotta hit right here. You can't target right there. I don't think he made on purpose to do it, but he did do it.
Coach, Connor Culp had a pretty long field goal at the end of the Chattanooga game and then made this one this week. Is he starting to instill some confidence as the kicker?
I'm glad he made it.
Did you not? How does he practice? Does he make the
They did
practice?
good. They really did. They really did. You know, and Jack has too. They're both two great young kids. I love them to death. I mess with them all the time. They know that. But we gotta get better. And we just gotta get better.
Coach, with the success you had with the extra meetings last week, do you change your regular schedule of meetings for the rest of the season, or are you back to where you were?
We're gonna do what we did last week.
Coordinator and AD and coach meeting too?
No, I don't think we have to now.
Okay.
Coach, you got time for one more T-Bob?
What was the difference with the defense between the third quarter and the fourth quarter? Whether the back-to-back drives, touchdowns, and it just seemed like it shut down after that?
You know, I really feel, T-Bob, when they missed that extra point, that was it. We clicked. We could win this game. They don't score, they won't win. And I think that was our battle cry. You know, we had a great pass rush. We had some sacks. We got them deep in their territory. That punt was outstanding. I just think their grit and their will to win. They was on the sideline. We are going to stop them. We will not lose this game. Now, it's something for the head coach to say, which I'll always say, or the assistant to say. When you have 10, 11 guys doing that and believing in each other, that's the difference.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys, have a good day.